All right.
Good stuff.
Josh, if engineering were a massive bruise, you would be the subcutaneous bleeding.
Welcome to Engineer vs. Designer.
The podcast.
For product designers, engineers, CAD geeks, data freaks, and anyone who likes to rub ice-cold metadata all over their skin.
Oh, yeah.
My name is Josh, mechanical engineer of SolidSmack.com.
And my name is Adam, industrial designer of cadjunkie.com. Each week's show is baked fresh into 3 crusty halves. This week we are
hitting San Francisco and talking about a whole slew of stuff.
I wasn't there. Apparently I was busy polishing my toenails or something.
Pretty much.
Whatever
But I was and have filled Adam in on what was going down so he can pretend to talk intelligently about the whole thing.
Or at least read it off of this scripty thing here.
Yes.
So, Josh, where were you again? Where did you go?
Yeah, of course, Autodesk HQ on 1 Market Street, downtown, right next to EMB Plaza and the piers. Autodesk brought 100 plus press out for a 2-day media event where they showcased their new line of 2013 products and had some interesting customer stories to boot.
This episode is not sponsored by Autodesk.
No, not at all. In fact, this episode is brought to you by Fortis 3D Production Systems. From your office to the factory floor, Fortis offers efficient digital manufacturing solutions for your business. Rock it at Fortis.com.
Awesome.
So, let's wrap up what happened last week and give you a little taste of what's coming out of Autodesk.
Woohoo! Let's do it.
First, Autodesk. They're all about the cloud.
If you're using an Autodesk product, particularly a suite of any kind, you are connected, whether you know it or not, to the cloud.
Yep, unless you're not. Generally, Autodesk's approach is that the cloud...
Offsite resources for storage or computer power or whatever.
It's there to complement and supplement your design workflow, okay? So it's giving you more power to punch through simulations, renderings, or to be a central repository to share, access, and collaborate on data.
I like it, and I really hope that happens very soon.
Likes it, and it is happening. Their 2013 product line stretches across building and entertainment, engineering and factory design industries, all that. And it's all connected to Autodesk 360.
Formerly Autodesk Cloud.
Yep, making it possible to store, share, and collaborate online.
Do you have any examples for us, John?
As a matter of fact, I do.
I thought you might.
You know that iPad app, AutoCAD WS?
Uh-huh. The mobile version of AutoCAD.
Yep. Yes, in the past 2 years alone, 7 million people have downloaded that. Okay. So
7 million?
7 million. So, of course, that's a lot of people downloading it.
It's a lot of AutoCAD.
What the deal is, but it's also a lot of people using it professionally.
You know what? That's 70 million fingers using
7 million. Yeah. 70 million fingers jabbing that screen.
That's right.
Drawing lines across it. So, yeah, a lot of people using it. To give it a little bit of context, in the past 30 years that Autodesk has been around, there have been 12 million legal users of their products. So
wow, that's ridiculous.
People are jumping on it.
What else you got?
So, well, their product suites group industry-specific software together, you know, all that. They get tighter integration between each other, something that has been needed for a while. And for product design in particular, if it brought tears to your eyes that Inventor wasn't part of the standard product design suite,
I
it is
haven't
now.
stopped crying ever since I learned that.
Really?
But
I can sense your excitement.
It's now a part of the suite officially.
Yes.
It's like Pluto that's now not a planet except the opposite.
Yes, exactly like
I'm
that.
really excited.
I was going to make that analogy.
I'm shaking with excitement.
Oh, and they also gave us a little taste of how people are using their new PLM product, PLM 360.
Oh, really? You don't say, because I am, as a designer, PLM is basically my favorite thing in the whole world, and it does not make me want to claw my eyeballs out of my head.
I knew it would. Well, you'll also be happy to know that people are actually using it then.
Really?
So, think of it as a tool to manage products, engineers, suppliers, quality equipment, operations, service sales, all that.
All that stuff that I didn't go to school for because I hate it.
Yes, exactly all that. So, Mr. Adams, since you're so excited about it, I know you love the topic. Your thoughts on PLM. Have you ever actually used a PLM system, first of all? Is it necessary, and is Autodesk actually making it sexy?
Well, before I answer that, I should say that this week's cadjunkie Q&A is brought to you by Fortis 3D Production Systems. Fortis systems produce accurate, durable prototypes and production-grade parts using high-performance thermoplastics. See it all at fortis.com. All right, well, so have I ever used a PLM system? Yes, I've used a couple of different ones at different corporate jobs that I've had over the years. And generally, here's the thing. So like usually in order to store a whole bunch of files, you end up using a database that numbers the files with some arbitrary numbering system. And I can understand, I can understand the reason for doing that. And usually they also include some kind of browser that's supposed to help you find the files that you work on frequently and whatever. But in my experience, what actually happens is that the engineers are all sitting at their desks with little pads of paper where they've written down about 10 different 9-digit numbers that they use most frequently, and so that they can punch those in to get to the parts that they want. Is it not like that anymore?
I mean, it depends on what system you're using, but that's more on the data management side of things. I mean, those are PDM systems, and they range all over the place. And yeah, you're going to be making links to the data that you use most often, for sure.
Well, and for me, as a designer, that's the part that I'm the most intimate with. It's the part that I work with the most frequently. But frankly, PLM in the larger scheme of things, I have to admit, I have very little and or nothing to do with that. Can you explain to me the difference, or how PDM fits into PLM, and then what PLM kind of means to a dummy like me?
Well, so PLM, it captures the whole business process. Right, so it starts with managing projects and then in engineering, and that's where the data management side comes in. So some PLM systems tie in with other data management systems, and then it goes on down the line to manufacturing, handling suppliers, quality control, and even onto marketing. So it sort of captures that whole process. And
I have never heard of a marketing person using an Autodesk product.
Yep, that's because they have never been in PLM before. So this is Autodesk's first foray into PLM. Before that, there was systems like Innovia and Siemens Teamcenter, things like that. Even open source offerings.
See, I've used Teamcenter, but frankly, we only ever used it as a PDM system. I don't know that that I've ever seen it used in a broader context.
Yep, and that's pretty much it. As far as I've seen it used, is more for product management and tying in with the manufacturing.
Are there any big companies that you know of that are using PLM actually using it both in engineering and marketing and design?
I would have to say no. None that I can think of. I'd have to think long and hard.
All right. So it exists. That's good to know that it exists. But
yeah. Well, I know people who are using this now, and it was actually kind of interesting to hear about how they're using it. And it's not so much that it's replacing their system, their current system. They're using it along with it and getting rid of a lot of manual type organization, a lot of spreadsheets, and putting into this online system that they can access.
So I have to admit, I hate this stuff. Every system I've ever seen and I haven't seen the Autodesk stuff in all fairness, but it's all just drives me bonkers because it is so red tape heavy, everything that you do in these systems. I just hope somebody will solve it though, because it is a need that I've definitely seen, and that I would love a better way to keep track of my billions of files. That would be awesome. I haven't found one that is less cumbersome than just using a good old file naming convention and trying to keep up with it.
Yeah, I know your brain is starting to hemorrhage there.
I thought that was your incredible sense of design.
Yes, that too. Out in San Francisco at the Autodesk Media Summit, I had a chance to sit down with Oleg Sholivtsky and talk to him about his product and how it works. Here he is. Greetings, EVD listeners. Josh here from SolidSmack.com. Adam isn't with us this week. He's polishing his toenails, so you're stuck with me. I'm in San Francisco, California this week and have the great opportunity to talk with the one, the only, Oleg Sholivtsky. Yes. He is the CEO and co-founder of Inforbix, the site that is making data search cool, and he's also the blogger at Beyond PLM. So thank you for being on the show here, Oleg.
Thank you, Josh.
All right, so I've actually known you a while now, but you know, the accent, I have no idea where you're actually from. So give us a little bit of your background. Where did you grow up? And
I grew up in Russia. I was born in Russia. And then I emigrated to Israel. And after I moved to the United States. So this is the crazy accent. So you don't know where it comes from. So.
It's a mix of all that. I'll avoid any Russian mafia jokes.
No,
I
that's
don't
fine.
want
You
anybody
can go
coming
with
after
this.
my family.
I already gave you all opportunities now. Israeli mafia, Russian mafia, whatever one. You pick one.
Right on. Okay, so you have a long history in the CAD industry. Can you fill us in on that? Where you started, how you got into that?
Yeah, actually I started very early in my university study. And it's funny enough, when I'm thinking about back these days, it was about how to connect graphical data in a database. So it's funny, 25 years later, I'm saying I'm doing pretty much the same. And the same problem still unsolved. But yeah, I started with the university and about CAD and engineering and computing. I've been working in Israel for Autodesk reseller, working in the CAD reselling business, building applications, doing different stuff. Later, I joined a startup company in Israel called Smarty.
Yes.
Maybe people know this product, and in '99 the company was acquired by Dassault System, also a known company. Then I spent 11 years with Dassault, working with the different places, different responsibilities. Later I was moved to Boston, and I worked for the Innovia and worked in the Innovia offices in Boston. And after I left Dassault, I founded Inforbix. So that's...
So always involved in the PDM, sort of PLM world?
Yeah, that was about data. It was about PDM, PLM, engineering, that such stuff.
And so you started up in Inforbix then after Dassault. What? How long ago was that? Like 2 years?
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Yeah.
So why did you decide that you wanted to do your own startup? I guess again, because you had done it with Smart Team, or
it was interesting. It was interesting experience. I think that talking to many customers, talking to many people, especially since I started blogging, it was a separate experience of talking to so many people and experience their problems. And at the same time, I've been watching what is going in the industry, what is going in technology. And I think Inforbix is just about how to solve a complicated problem in a simple way.
Yeah, can you, for those who don't know what Inforbix is or does, can you sort of give like the quick pitch and then more of the technical detail behind it?
Inforbix is very easy. Inforbix is about solving one big problem, how you get access to data at the time that you need it. And you want to have the right data.
This is data inside your company
This
or
is
on
data.
your,
Yeah, this is data
anywhere.
inside of your company. And you know, if you need data these days about something, you go to Google. So if you need data about Lady Gaga, Google is a perfect place. However, if you need data about a particular part number or supplier, Google won't help you.
Right.
And that's the problem that we solve. Also, it's, some people talking about search, but we see it as a little bit more widely. We see it as the ability to get access to data in different forms because, engineers, you have two engineers, they have three opinions how to do stuff. So some of them needs reports, some of them just need to send you an information that something updated, and some of them just need to visualize data. So one size doesn't fit all in the engineering and manufacturing, and we do it in a very special way, which is inappropriate for the manufacturing company.
So Google is searching data on the web, and you're taking care of everything else. You're searching everything else, potentially.
Not everything else. We are very focused. We're very focused on something that's called product data. And you think about product data, it can live in any places. It can live in your sales department. It can live in your ERP system. It can live in your files. It can live in many places. So we're just taking care about product data.
Yeah. I guess I was getting at Google indexes everything, and you're indexing product data.
Yeah, we go to particular places in a company where you have product data, and you choose these places. So it's not we are not decide where to go. The engineers or IT department can tell us where to go. So we can pick up files from your file vault. We can pick up data from your PDM system. We can pick up data from other data sources. So we do it selectively, and in the way that will help you to connect different data in different places. So you will have a bill of material in the CAD drawing, and you will have some information in Excel spreadsheet, and you will have some data in your Access database about suppliers, and we will make it all connected together. So the ability to connect data is another thing that we are doing in a very selective and intelligent way. We can find these pieces of information, and using semantic algorithms that we develop, we can connect it together.
I see. So I've seen how this works in the past, and have had it installed. It's just a little app that you install onto your computer or server.
Yes,
right?
this is one of the differentiation, and one of the key things that we are doing is to allow to people to get access to this technology in a very easy way. So what you need to do, you need to go to our website. You need to register and download something that we call Product Data Crawler. You can install this Product Data Crawler in any place in your organization, on your laptop. You can install it on the data server, any place. It's very, very small and very easy to install in 7 steps. And after you point on the places where you have data, and after some time you will be up and running. You know, we had companies that started to use it in 1 hour. So
really?
It's very fast.
And how are they using it? What are they able to do with it? Or
Few interesting things. One of them is to be able to reuse parts and sub-assemblies, to reuse information, because people not necessarily remember what they've been using last year. If they need to reuse part of projects, they need to reuse part of the assemblies. One interesting case. Another one is the ability to share data, because when we create a report, and this is sort of a live report. So we can create, for example, a report for all drawings updated for the last week. And you can share these drawings from engineering department to manufacturing department. So people can get to this report all the time, and they can have an updated view about the data. So we don't need to push data from one person to another person. This is one of the philosophical changes that we are making for people. We're saying you don't need to push data, you need to pull data at the time that you need, and we make this data available.
So what's the future of data search? What will we be able to do when in CAD and product design?
I think I think people really don't want to search.
Right.
I think people want to find.
find.
Yeah. So I think this is a change. The question of context and how to get data in the right context. It will be the most important thing, because I don't want to search. I want to go to the place that I need it and find what I need.
Yeah.
So as a person, I have a different responsibility in a company. If I'm designer, if I'm engineer, manufacturing, whatsoever, project manager. So I want to have places where I can go and I can find the right stuff that I need in order to perform my duties. And Apple is saying if you have a problem, you have an app. So we are saying if you have a problem with product data, we have an app, and we have multiple applications that can help you to do so. So if you go on our website, you will see all the applications that we have. Some of them do reports, some of them do charts, searches, some others applications are coming.
Cool. Well, that's it. Having you on the show has been even more fun than putting on an orange jumpsuit and reenacting an escape from Alcatraz.
Okay,
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Josh.
If you would like to send orange jumpsuits and a shovel to EVDHQ, please address them to Josh.
I get the shovel. Engineer versus Designer appreciates your comments. If you listen to the show and wish somebody would pop us in the air with a shovel, Head over to engineerversusdesigner.com and whack away.
And if you want to hang out with Adam as he combs his hair in front of his webcam, be sure to like us, +1 us, tweet us, or whatever else, as social media has been correlated with exhibitionists combing a tingling sensation on the scalp.
This show was edited by Simon Martin. Our theme music is by Ross Hartman.
See you next week, and remember, without engineers, we would be packaging products in rainbows and scars.
And without designers, engineers would continue to make packaging that is impossible to open.
Headbutt.
Headbutt.
A production of EBD Media.